Their Majesties would invite to their court Maika Schrijver to answer the question placed before them this day.
Comes before you now, Maika Schrijver, supplier of all sorts of inks and everything to the scribes of the kingdom. Supplier of enabling shenanigans to all the scribes of the kingdom. She who gets everything done like a tiny little mouse, going in, causing problems, fixing them, and then going away before you even knew she was there.
Maika, before I ask you a question, I know that you like cats and mice. I didn't know you like dinosaurs, so this is a conversation I want to have later. It's lovely. But you sat vigil on this day to answer a question placed before you. Do you have your answer for us?
I do. Yes.
Please come in.
Their Majesties invite to their court the companions of the Order of the Pelican.
At the other half of the auditorium stage.
There's a woman. Have you done this too?
There's a lot of them.
Where? Rosie before me.
I'm so proud of you. I'm glad you were yes. You are one of my friends, which means that I'll loyally to this day. I'm still going to call you when I say, what do I do instead of key in this box for this art thing?
Maika, with that, is there a member of the Order of the Chivalry who will speak for you?
Their Majesties, upon this assembled, bring the words of His Highness, Sir Brendan McFergus, if I may present them to
You may.
Your Majesties, thank you for hearing our words this afternoon. I am standing in for Brendan McFergus, Knight of the Society, Prince of the East and Termara, and I have the honor of speaking for the Order of the Chivalry today. I regret that I am unable to deliver these words in person. Know that my heart is with you all on this day, though. In this moment, I normally speak to a candidate's prowess. Prowess in the list, however, is not clearly analogous to a Pelican. Prowess on the melee fields, however, that makes sense to me here. Excellence in melee is about doing three things. It is about recognizing opportunities and seizing them. It is about working well as a teammate. It is also about making those around you better than they would be otherwise. These things aptly describe her. In the times that I have had the opportunity to be around her, I see her looking for opportunities to serve. I see her strengthening her teammates when she works on a group project, and I see that she adds to the sum of that project's parts, filling gaps as she finds them, as good as a shield fills a line. As a young man raised on the Penzic fields, I see these aspirational traits for any peer. Maika holds them in all spades. She's a melee pelican, in the best sense of that word. Your Majesties, this is a good thing you do today, and I thank you for hearing my words and allowing me to be a small part of it.
Thank you. Is there a member of the Order of the Rose?
Majesties, I'm Judge Count Megahonda, and I will speak the Order of the Rose for this candidate. A poem for Maika on the day Maika is that candidate whose work we cannot calculate, but surely does encapsulate some ideals of a peerage chorus. For a pelican is just a dino fossil, with feathers and a beak colossal. Their reputation is hardly docile. She is the fiercest enamelosaurus. Her triceratops service, heroic. Her demeanor, calm and stoic. Her courtesy is evolved, not prehistoric. To describe her grace, I need a thesaurus. Merci, thank you, T-Rex and Regina. You cannot elevate anyone finer. The order will raptor their arms around her. As the newly hatched Pelicanosaurus.
They're a member of the Order of the Laurel who has to follow that.
That is my happy duty. And you won't hear me, you won't have a chance of hearing me with a mask on. Anyway, Marieta, now Maika. Before I speak about your service, I would like to encourage my fellow companions of the Order of the Laurel to get to know this lady's work. Her work and her research are impeccable, and I think she deserves consideration for the laurel. Anyway, Marieta's service enables others, in general, through her organizing of events, and in particular, to our arts and sciences, by creating venues for learning, by making materials more accessible, and let me tell you of her service. She has been an event autocrat. She teaches everything from embroidery to underpinnings of the 16th century to how to create group projects in the SCA, helping people start to be scribes, making felt toys for the toy box, personalizing scrolls, making ink, watercolor techniques, materials in the paint bar. She has been the deputy and then the A&S Minister of Arts for Quintavia. She's the web minister for the Signet. She's a senior member of Athena's Thimble, so she helps make panels happen where we look at each other's embroidery. And she's a scribe. She's been a project coordinator or contributor on many royal projects and vigil gifts. And I could go on and on and on, but I won't do that because there's not enough time. Marieta is endlessly curious. She learns about a thing, and then she shares it. She is also exceptional at distilling a project or event down to its essential components, then making it happen, seemingly effortlessly. Our SCA world would be much duller and a lot less fun without her work. She deserves this recognition today, and I highly recommend her to you all as a very worthy person to become a companion of the Order of the Pelican.
I would ask if there is a member of the Order of the Master of Defense.
Your Majesties, my name is Maestra de Sherrington, and I would claim the honor. I could relate. As a Master of Defense, one of the most important skills in our repertoire is adaptability. When we enter a list or step onto a melee field, we must assess our opponent, see what they are bringing to the fight, understand our own skills and resources, and respond accordingly. When I think of the service that Maika has provided over the many years I've known her, I see that adaptability in spades. I cannot tell you the number of times that I have contacted her to say, I need help. I need to decorate a room, to tell a good story. I need to throw a birthday party for a 3-year-old with very specific tastes. I need to build a 2-story gingerbread house. I need favors, I need site tokens, I just need advice. And Maika sometimes takes a few minutes to think, but then she always has a suggestion for me. And not only that, it's something I would have never thought of myself. It's economical, it's interesting, it's effective, and it works. Sometimes she solves my entire problem with something she finds in her own house, from her own stockpile of supplies. And if she doesn't know, she knows who to ask. She never says that's impossible, or even, why on earth would you want to do that? She just cheerfully helps. She's the first person I think of when I have a problem I have no idea how to solve. Everything she's helped me with has been a huge success. Sometimes an award-winning success. She's so quick to understand a problem and see what needs to be done, to take action at the right time and to the right degree. Often people don't even realize she's the one backstage, making sure everyone has what they need. On the fencing field, being able to assess a situation, respond quickly, know the resources you have, that means you win the fight. In the society, being able to do that means you make the whole world possible. For that reason, I recommend Maika to you as my parent. Thank you.
Member of the Order of the Pelican.
Your Majesties, I am Master Simon of Barnesdale, and I have the honor of speaking for Maika today. Before I begin to speak of Maika and her service, are you familiar with the city of Leiden? A beautiful city with many fine buildings and fine people, notable for its university and its observatory. But also, it has a church there, wherein a room is built to house a giant clock. The pendulum of this clock being taller than 3 tall men on each other's heads. And this clock is made of many interlocking parts, much as the SCA is made of many interlocking parts. Now, contemplating the service of Maika, that is her part in the SCA, perhaps it is like the key that winds the clock, not often seen, but if not for it, the whole machine ceases to operate properly. Certainly, as a web minister, she has been key to many a material court and a properly operating website. Perhaps she is the weights of the clock, the steady force that powers the machinery. Certainly, as a frequent autocrat, she has been the steady force acting to move all the gears and hands of many successful events. Perhaps she is the pendulum of the clock, teaching the hands of the clock how to turn small and regular repeat motions into the display of the passage of time. Certainly, as a teacher of scribes and embroiderers, she has taught the hands of others how to turn small and repeat motions into fine displays. Perhaps she is the bell of the clock, which makes known, even to those that do not see it, the work that it does. Certainly, as one who clothes royalty and gives toys to the children, her work is known, even to those who do not see her do it. But I say that Maika is like unto the clock itself, small and large parts, loud and quiet parts, seen and unseen parts. And as the clock serves all the day to help those in its community, so does Maika serve all the days to help those in her community. She is my peer, and she deserves to be among this order.
Is there a story behind this?
This is my work and my gift.
Is there another medallion? I heard there were several. Is there any on site at this time? These are 2 pins. It seems to be done in Abu Dhabi. The others have tried Pelican. So tight, so strong. Is our belt of maintenance? Yes. This is made by Ariella Elvermere. Is there a cloak?
There is. This was made by many hands, including myself, Amalia, Marieta, Amy Webb, and E. Gray.
Had
little dinosaurs on it.
Yeah, the size of dinosaurs. They look like raptors. It's amazing. I understand there might be a sheep. Is this going to cause any form of intrabaronial?
We're not American.
Where you're from? And you are the newest member of the flock of the Order of the Pelican.
Infinite labors demand Maika Schrijver be duly recognized. Muhammad and Quratika, monarchs of these eastern lands, to all good, noble, and highly esteemed subjects, greetings. Wherefore, upon the 18th day of February, in the 57th year of the Society at our Rapier Champs, hosted by our mighty Shire of Quintavia, it seems to us felicitous, opportune, and propitious to convey unto you our most sincere gratitude for those extraordinary and diverse labors that you have undertaken on behalf of the Kingdom of the East, not least of which being your travails in the scribal arts, the work on our ethereal courts, the running of many events. And wherefore it lies within our singular royal authority to bestow such honors, accolades, and benefits as has been prescribed by law, custom, and traditions since the time of our forebearers, Finbar and Callan. We do therefore, after mature deliberation, our own certain knowledge, and the advice of peers of the realm, appoint, resolve, and assign that you shall be, ought to be, and will hereafter be named among the companions of the Order of the Pelican, with all rights, duties, and privileges associated with the Venerable Order. Furthermore, so that all may know your worth, do we convey unto you arms by letters patent, in the form, manner, and display, azure, a leaf or, and in base 2 mice, sagent erect, respective argent, a border or. Let no one, therefore, infringe this our will, mandate, and decree, or, with rash daring, go contrary thereunto. And if anyone shall presume to attempt this, let them know that they will incur our royal indignation, displeasure, and wrath. And so willing do we add our ensign's manual. The scroll is by calligraphy by Tola Nitter, illumination by Leonette Danley, words by Matthias Grunwald. For the newest member of the Order of the
Jordan Ben.
You may go to the back and greet your order.